Welcome to the exciting world of dating. If you're a newcomer, you might be feeling a bit overwhelmed. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Today, we're embarking on a journey loaded with 99 essential tips to help you navigate this intriguing landscape. From mastering the art of communication to acing those nerve-wracking first dates, we'll be your guide to the ins and outs of dating. So buckle up and get ready for a crash course in the art of dating. Tip 1. Prioritize communication. It's the cornerstone of successful relationships. Tip 2, remember, isn't just talking, but also about forging and strengthening connections. Tip 3, ensure clarity and respect in communication. Tip 4, active listening goes beyond hearing to understanding. Tip 5, engage sincerely dialogues. Tip 6, thoughtful responses promote better conversations. Tip 7, express yourself succinctly. Tip 8, understand not only your words but your partner's too. Tip 9, make your intentions and feelings explicit. Tip 10, avoid vague language to prevent confusion. Tip 11, recognize nonverbal cues. Tip 12, actions can speak louder than words. Tip 13, like a warm smile or nervous fidgeting matter. Tip 14, gain fluency in the language of love. Tip 15, the value of feedback. Tip 16, communication encompasses sending, receiving, and interpreting messages. Tip 17, stay open to the feedback. Tip 18, strive to understand your partner deeply. Tip 19, in dating, communication isn't about winning debates. Tip 20, respect differences and seek commonalities. The remaining 79 tips will continue in the upcoming part of this video. Always remember, successful dating starts with excellent communication. Next, let's discuss the role of confidence in dating. Now, confidence, my friends, is the secret ingredient in the recipe of dating success. It's the spark that lights the fire of attraction, and it's something we can all work on, day by day. First off, let's talk about body language. The way you carry yourself speaks volumes before you even utter a word. Stand tall, keep your shoulders back and your head high. This posture communicates confidence and self-assuredness. It's like telling the world, here I am, comfortable in my own skin. Now, on to self-talk. What's that, you ask? It's the inner dialogue that plays in your mind. It's the voice that can either be your biggest cheerleader or your harshest critic. So make it positive. Remind yourself of your strengths, achievements, and unique qualities. This kind of uplifting self-talk boosts your self-esteem and fuels your confidence. And what about those jitters, those butterflies in the stomach? Well, nerves are natural, especially when you're meeting someone new or stepping outside your comfort zone. But guess what? It's okay to be nervous. In fact, it's perfectly human. The trick is to not let your nerves control you. Instead, acknowledge them, and then focus on the excitement of the moment. Remember, being nervous simply means you care, and that's a beautiful thing. Now you might be wondering, how do I build confidence? Well, it's a journey, not a destination. It's about embracing who you are, celebrating your uniqueness, and staying true to yourself. It's about pushing your boundaries, learning from your mistakes, and growing with every experience. And most importantly, it's about believing in yourself, even when the going gets tough. You see, confidence is not about being perfect. It's about being comfortable with your imperfections. It's not about never falling, but about getting up every time you fall. It's not about never fearing, but about facing your fears with courage. So go ahead, embrace your confidence. Let it shine through your words, your actions, and your presence. Let it be your guiding light in the journey of dating and beyond, because with confidence, you can truly shine and make a lasting impression. Now let's tackle the nerve-wracking but exciting world of first dates. When it comes to planning your first date, you want to make sure it's a setting where both you and your date can feel comfortable. This might mean opting for a casual coffee shop over a fancy restaurant or an afternoon stroll in the park rather than a late-night movie. Remember, the goal is to get to know each other, not to impress with extravagant gestures. Once you've settled on a place, it's time to prepare for the conversation. A good tip to remember is to ask open-ended questions. These types of questions require more than a simple yes or no answer and can help keep the conversation flowing. For instance, instead of asking, "Do you like to travel?" you could ask, "What's the most interesting place you've ever visited and why?" But remember, it's not just about asking questions, it's about active listening too. Show genuine interest in their responses. This helps build a connection and shows you value what they have to say. As the date progresses, be mindful of body language. It can often speak louder than words. If your date is leaning in, Maintaining eye contact and laughing at your jokes, these are generally positive signs. But remember, everyone expresses themselves differently, so don't rely solely on these cues. And what about after the date? Well, if you had a good time and would like to see the person again, don't play games. Be honest and let them know. Send a text or give a call to express your appreciation for their time and your interest in meeting up again. However, if you didn't feel a spark, it's okay to express that too. Honesty, when delivered kindly and respectfully, is always the best policy. Remember, not every first date will lead to a love story, and that's perfectly fine. First dates can be tricky, but with these tips, you'll navigate them like a pro. In the digital age, online dating has become a popular way to meet new people. It's like a buffet of potential partners at your fingertips. But how do you stand out in a sea of profiles? The answer lies in authenticity. Your profile should be a reflection of who you truly are. Highlight your interests, passions, and what you're looking for in a partner. Remember, the goal isn't to attract everyone, but to attract the right one. When it comes to profile pictures, choose ones that present you in a positive light but also genuinely represent you. Include pictures where you're doing things you love. This gives potential matches insight into your life and can serve as a great conversation starter. Speaking of starting conversations, don't be afraid to make the first move. A thoughtful message that shows you've read their profile can go a long way. Avoid generic messages like, "Hey, what's up?" Instead, try something like, "I noticed you're into hiking, do you have any favorite trails?" This shows interest and opens up a dialogue based around shared interests. But remember, online dating isn't just about making connections, it's also about staying safe. Always be cautious about the personal information you share. It's okay to keep things vague until you feel comfortable. When you're ready to meet in person, choose a public place and let a friend know where you're going. It's also important to remember that not every match or conversation needs to lead to a date. It's okay to be selective and to take things at your own pace. And if someone isn't treating you with respect or making you feel uncomfortable, don't hesitate to block and report them. Finally, don't get discouraged if you don't find the one right away. Online dating is a process, and it can take time to find a good match. Be patient with yourself and the process. Online dating can open up a world of possibilities, so make the most of it with these tips. Lastly, we cannot forget the importance of self-care in the dating process. It's not only about finding the right partner, but also about taking care of yourself along the journey. Your mental, emotional, and physical well-being are just as crucial to a successful dating experience. Let's start with mental health. It's vital to maintain a positive mindset. This doesn't mean you have to be unrealistically optimistic, but rather, keep an open mind and be ready to embrace new experiences. It's also important to set boundaries. You have the right to decide what's acceptable and what's not in your relationships. Don't be afraid to communicate these boundaries to your potential partners. Next, let's talk about emotional health. Dating can be an emotional roller coaster, and it's perfectly normal to feel a range of emotions. However, managing these emotions is key. Don't rush into a relationship or let impatience cloud your judgment. Take time to understand your feelings and trust the process. Finally, physical health. This isn't just about looking good for your dates, it's about feeling good too. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and a good night's sleep can do wonders for your confidence and energy levels. Plus, when you feel good about yourself, you project positivity, which is attractive to others. Remember, dating is not a sprint, but a marathon. It's okay to take breaks and focus on self-care. After all, you need to love yourself before you can truly love someone else. Remember, self-care is not selfish. It's essential in dating and in life. So, there you have it, a beginner's guide to dating. We've journeyed through the realms of communication, confidence, first dates, online dating, and self-care. Each tip is a stepping stone to navigate the intricate dance of dating. Remember, it's not just about the destination, but the lessons, growth, and connections made along the way. So take these tips, apply them, and let your dating journey be a joyous adventure. Go out there, apply these tips, and remember, dating is a journey, not a destination. Happy dating. Happy